The private sector is already contributing to capacity development. Any company, as far as I'm concerned, any company, large or small, from any country, and of course in particular European countries, that is working in any developing country is adding capacity. It's adding capacity by training people. It's adding capacity by creating a more modern way of functioning. It's adding capacity by perhaps refusing corruption. It's adding capacity by, for instance, seeking out new markets that local people are not able to understand or grasp. So the capacity building is not something that's grafted onto local society. It's something that's built in any economic activity, big or small. Whether it's a Luxembourg SME or an Italian multinational company, doesn't matter. If they're working in that environment, they are adding capacity. Nobody works in a vacuum, and especially in the developing world, no European company works in a vacuum. They have built around them, and they are building around them, a whole network and a whole sort of influence of ways of doing things which are presumably more modern, more efficient, more productive. And that is a very, very strong impact. It's hard to measure, but it's a very strong impact. The first thing would be possibly to talk to the private sector. Talk to the private sector in their country, in the country where the delegation is situated, which means reaching out to companies, some of which may not speak their language, some of which may have completely different mentalities. First of all, they're private sector, so they're different mentality. Second, they're from that country, so they're probably a different mentality. Reaching out to them. It's not something that is spontaneous, I can assure you. It is difficult, it requires courage, it requires energy, and it is not something that is, I would say, in the cultural grain of the delegations or of the European Union, but it's something that we need to do.